Hello, I'm going to talk about solo play in this video. I believe this is going to be a focus for the game going forward, based on a couple of things that have been said in the reveal this week. They've talked about solo dungeons and focusing on story mode for those, and some overland difficulty changes. So solo play is probably going to be a fairly big focus going forward. So I think the Ring of the Pale Order is going to be a very, very important mythic to have. If you don't know what that does, while you're wearing this mythic, you restore 20% of the damage you deal as health, and this is decreased by 4% per ally that you are grouped with. You cannot be healed by anyone but you, your pets, or your companions. So if you're with other people, they cannot heal you. This is really strong for a 3 DPS and a tank setup kind of thing. So if you're in a group, a 4-man group in a dungeon, this is going to subtract 12% from that 20, so you'll have 8% left over on the healing that it does. And then you can also get some healing back if you were to post or I should say slot the Ravening Blows here. You can also look into slotting this here if you wanted. There's some things there that you can do. But let's get into how you get the lead, or I should say the mythic. This came from the Wrothgar DLC, so the leads are in Wrothgar to dig up. I'm going to go over every one of these leads here, and we'll get to the point where you can get the mythic if you have not gotten it yet. So the Pale Order's gold band lead. This can be found by going into. Let me back out of here and go into over here to the Way Shrine. You go to the Reach on your map here, and you can either travel to, let's say, this Way Shrine here, the Briar Rock Way Shrine, and then take this Great Lift here, the Nalzabar Great Lift, or you can just go down here if you have this Way Shrine here, the Nighthollow Way Shrine. You port to this Way Shrine, and then you run over here to the eastern side and go into Nighthollow Keep. We'll just do that right now on screen, and we'll show you how easy this is to get this lead. You essentially just run into this keep over here, and the lead is sitting on a table. So you run into the door here, go into the door. Okay, once you get inside here, you're going to want to pull up your map so that you can mark the location. Okay, so the location that you get the lead is pretty much right here in this round or rectangular loop here. It is in the top left corner, so we're just going to run. And I always like to count the turns, that way I don't have to continually go into my map. So I'm going to go left, right, left, right. So we'll start off with that. We're going to go left, right, left, right. You'll see how quick that was to get through there. And right here, the ancient text, and there's the lead right there for the Pale Order gold band. Now, if you watch my screen just to the right of my character, you can see all the green numbers there when I do damage. That is what the Pale Order ring does. It heals you when you do damage. We'll see it again. You see the 700 numbers there? It's healing me while I do damage to this Nighthollow husk. Okay, so that's one lead. We're going to do the next lead now. Which is the Order-Etched gallery rail. And this is found by killing random mobs in the Badman's Hollows public dungeon. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to get this in the video, because if it's a stingy lead and it won't drop, I don't want to eat up a lot of time doing that, but I will show you where that location of the public dungeon is. It should drop fairly quickly if you don't have it already. By the way, if you are looking to jump around in the game, I recommend buying the Sugar Bowl Sweet House here in Rimmen in Northern Elsewhere, and then you can just travel outside to the house, and then you are pretty much standing right outside this way shrine right here, and it's a really easy way to travel and get around. But back to the live action here, we're going to Glenumbra, and the goal is to get to Badman's Hollows, so we're just going to go to this way shrine here, the Daggerfall way shrine. And I just like to get a little mark there, that way I don't have to look around what direction I'm going. I just follow my little marker there. And you can see the little sandbar that's in the water. If you stay out on the sandbar like this, it's a little faster. It used to be that you would get dismounted by the water. The mounts swim now, so that's not as big of an issue, but it's still faster to run on the sandbar than it is to swim in the water. So in here, you're supposed to get a lead from random mobs. So we'll see what we get here. We just got to go into the portal here where the enemies are spawning, and we'll see if we can get anything to give us the lead here within a couple of seconds or so. We'll just kill some random stuff and see what happens. And I am using my tactical Bladestorm build for this, in case anybody's curious. That is Orpheon the Tactician, the tentacle that comes up here. And then the other set is Gerency's Bladestorm. It works really well for overland. We'll see what happens here when I kill these shulks. Still haven't gotten a lead. Well, here's a boss here. We'll see if the boss gives it to us. If the boss doesn't give it to us, then I'll just go on the next lead. There it is right there, the Order-Etched gallery rail. So you just saw that live in action. Apparently drops really well on bosses. I don't know that for sure, but as you just saw, I got that from bosses. So back to elsewhere, like I said before, this is a really good way to jump around because it'll give you right outside where the way shrine is. While I'm traveling, I'm going to plug a couple of things. I've got some more music coming your way soon. If you're into that thing that I've been doing, go to my YouTube channel. There's a folder from all my songs that I've been making. There is a playlist there that you can check them out. I hope to have next couple of songs done here pretty soon. I've had some real life stuff come up that has kind of slowed me up on that department. So I hope to have that finished here. But the next lead here is world bosses in Wrothgar. So I will go kill a world boss here real quick and see if Actually, this is not the easiest one. The easiest one is up here, the Narsenschaft Falls. Any of these really, because you can go, if you don't get it, there's 3 of them. There's 1, 2, and then there's 3 right here, kind of close to each other. These ones down here are a little bit further apart from each other. They're a little harder to get to, but we'll just run over here to this one and see what happens. By the way, if you are looking for Oragga's recipes, the smoked bear and the red Wrothgar and all that, she is in this area over here. Very good thing to go after there. Let's get over here and kill this boss if he's up. Really helps to have a build that gives you some good range. You can throw a lot of different things in distance, like the spear I can throw there. I can throw lightning flood on these guys right in front of me so that you can do damage from a lot of different areas. This is a really helpful build. If you don't have the build set up like I do, and you're interested to see how I put this together, I do have a YouTube video on my channel. I will put a link into the description for this build if you're curious. It's really pretty good for almost every scenario that you can play in the game. You just have to adjust the mythic that you wear. Like instead of the Pale Order ring, I will swap on to Velothi if I have a healer with me. It's a pretty effective build overall. But here comes the main boss. We'll find out if we've got any luck here on getting the lead. The biggest thing with this lead or this mythic is you want to just make sure that you keep doing damage. As you can see, I'm getting hit by this guy, but I'm still doing enough damage to keep myself alive. And if you keep moving out of the pink AoEs, then pretty much you are doing pretty well. And there he goes. And I did not get the lead there. That's okay. Didn't get the lead on that boss, but I've gotten the leads on other ones. So let's check out the other 2 leads locations. And the next location is going to be for, let's pull that up here real quick. The Direni Elegy loop. Okay. Now this one drops from a Delve boss. And it is in the Alkir Desert. And I'll show you that real quick. That's this one here, the Coldrock Diggins Delve. So let's port to Northern Elsewhere again. And we can at least go inside that delve and get that. Another couple things I'll mention while I'm traveling. A couple of add-ons that really help for this a lot are the add-ons that will fill in your map icons, your way shrines and whatnot. That way, even if you don't have all this stuff on a new character or something, you'll know which direction to ride to grab it. Also, the Eyes of the Undaunted, which I'm about to demonstrate by going into this delve right here. This Eyes of Undaunted add-on is really good for this kind of thing, because instead of running around in the delve, you're going to know exactly where to run, because it will mark the boss location for you. And I'll show that here in just a second. We're going to go into this delve, and as soon as I get in, I'll be able to show you there. It puts a little push pin on the screen, so you'll know exactly where to go. Okay, so here's the delve. Here's the delve boss right here. Now you can see there's a walkway here that looks like you can go this way, and it's going to be the fastest way. I will tell you this right here, this little brown wall, this is a doorway and it's locked. You can only come up this way to leave the delve. So we're going to have to come down here and all the way around. So we're just going to go straight at the T section and keep going until we can't go any more straight, and then we're going to go right and all the way down. So here we go, straight. I don't stop to fight anything because that just slows you down. Sometimes I may roll dodge to just make sure I went the right direction there. Sometimes I may roll dodge if I get snared or something like that, but for the most part, I just keep running. Keep my speed buffs going with okay, keep going straight. There's the 2 sets going off there. It keeps a pretty good clean there. And the delve boss is straight over this way. And he spawns up here, so we'll probably have to kill these guys here to at least get him to come out. Sometimes these delve bosses can be a little bit of a pain, and you'll have to clear off some guys in order to get them to spawn. And one of the ways you can do that is kill the enemies that are in the room, and that usually will cycle it through to where you can get the boss to come out. Either that, or it just takes up the time that it was to wait for the guy to come out, and it makes it go faster. So you just want to keep an eye on the corner here and watch for the boss to spawn. But these bats really keep coming out quick. Okay, so you get the idea of where the boss is. I'm not going to wait for this boss to spawn. This is the boss you will have to spawn. Wait for it to spawn. And then the last lead that I'm going to cover is Bangkorai. Any chest in Bangkorai. I'm not sure if I can get that to pop in the video or not. But let's just give it a try and see if I can find a chest here. I will say another good add-on for this is the HarvestMap add-on. And the reason why is because the HarvestMap, I'll show you here in a minute when I get to Bangkorai. You just start up here in the middle. When you get to Bangkorai and you've got the HarvestMap activated, you can see these icons that show up. You see that gold box over there? That is a spawn location for a chest. So is this here, and there's a chest right here, as you can see. So the HarvestMap is not just for alchemy. This is also a good add-on for hunting treasure chests. This allows you to just get on your horse like this and just run through areas that you might otherwise have to. Look at that. There's a Signet portal for me. Pulverized amber. That's good. Okay, so back to the hunting. This right here, as you can see, it allows me to just run by and check. Okay, there's a chest here. Kill this troll. Loot the chest here. We'll see if we get the lead. No lead. But as you can see, there's another yellow one here. Nothing here. But it allows you to walk over, check a location, and just keep running around and try to clear as much ground as possible without having to stop needlessly or overhunt something. We'll check this one here. No lead there. But as you can see, this lead is a little bit of a pill because you've got to be lucky enough to get it to spawn from chests. So this one might take you some time, but if you use the add-on like this, as you can see, it's really easy to locate chests with this. Depending on your ledger domain, you may have some difficulty cracking it open. But I've found multiple chests in the video. As you can see, it's fairly easy to get chests with this. You can locate them much easier. Even if you have the ability to make them glow, the add-on for the HarvestMap is, I believe, a much better aid for this because it allows you to see the spot from a lot further away. As you can see, I was able to just run right over to this one, and there was no way I was even going to see that glowing chest from that direction. You can pretty much see the stuff through walls. Drop something on these guys so they get hit there. Check this one more spot here. But you kind of get the point here. You can see there's a spot back there that has a chance to spawn a chest. Doesn't look like there's one back here. So those two leads are not being cooperative with the delve boss and all that. But as you can see, the couple of add-ons that I'm running right now really do speed up the process of trying to find the leads for this. I really recommend getting those add-ons and running them. I've got a whole folder of videos on add-ons. If you have trouble with add-ons, you're not sure how to run them, there's a spot there. I'll link that folder as well in the description. But I just wanted to kind of highlight the Ring of the Pale Order in this video and give it a little bit of a spotlight on it because I think it's going to be a really, really good component to have. If you don't have it, I would definitely recommend focusing on getting it. It is an absolute game changer for solo play. It makes solo play much, much easier to do. You can even do dungeons without a healer, and you can do 3 DPS, even 4 DPS sometimes If you're on something that's not super hard hitting, or you're really good at dodging mechanics, you don't really always have to have a tank and a healer. It just depends on what you're doing. I would say most of the base game dungeons you could probably do that, even on hard mode. It just depends on what you're doing. So give it a try. If you like this video, take a look at my YouTube channel. Go down to all of my created playlists. Give a couple of my songs a listen. I guarantee you'll like those if you're into this game. They're a lot of fun to just play in the background while you're playing the game. They're on YouTube for free to listen to. Have fun with them. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.